going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel, man. So today we're gonna do a little different with the YouTube video. Of course, y'all here to see how I'm gonna accomplish this fade and how my techniques I use to do this fade. I'm pretty much gonna be talking you guys through it today. So let's make it a little easier for y'all, so y'all know exactly what I'm using, how I'm using it, and just really pretty much so you can know my style of technique and fading. That way it may work for you. You could take a little bit and pretty much make it your own, however you want to do it, man. But thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, tell me if it's good or bad, because all of it helps the channel. So let's get straight into it. So of course right here, my man, we got my boy right here. He dyed his hair blind real good. And all he wanted just pretty much a high fade. Well, more like a mid fade. We're gonna go with like a mid fade. So this right here is after the cut. So this is exactly how it's gonna look. So we're gonna start it off with a 2 guard, nothing too crazy. We got an octane detachable clipper with the 2 guard on there. And we just starting it off right at the high peak right here, because that's pretty much where we're gonna stop at. That's the highest guard we're gonna use. The highest number we're gonna use is that 2 guard. So we're gonna start it off like that. And we're just gonna simply go all the way around with that 2 guard and putting in that first line of demarcation in to just base it out, you know. You always make sure you want to comb and cut. That's what you'll see me doing over and over and over. That's the whole thing. You want to kind of clean up all the excess hair that you had that's still probably left on the head. So comb and cut. That's the technique that I love. It's the technique that pretty much works, and I'm pretty sure every barber does it. And so now we got our 1.5 blade, and we simply gonna go not to that line that we just made, but literally a little bit like right up under it. And you see my clipper is flicking out, so we gonna keep that C motion going. And you'll get a better shot with it on the clipper bouncing out as I turn the chair. See right here is how it's just bouncing out real quick. So pretty much so now right here, we just got me going with the blade all the way open with my Oster fast feeds, cordless fast feeds. And right here at the top, I'm just going straight into that little top where all that part is hanging off, just to keep that shape, that square head shape for my client, and doing a clipper over comb technique. So all I'm doing literally is just pulling the comb up, and any hairs that's sticking out further than what the shape that I want it to be is getting chopped. It's getting chopped on out, and that give the whole cut to like a real nice and neat, clean cut. And so right here, we got the blade all the way open, and we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna make our first initial guideline to the fade, and we're gonna make it about midway. And it's the same thing with every other line that we put in. We're gonna put it in one on one side of the head and just make our way all the way around our head. That's literally how I fade. I find it easiest to me. One technique that's always going to be very, very key is don't run around the chair. We have these expensive barber chairs for a reason, and you got to put those things to work, you know what I'm saying? So stay in one spot that's comfortable for you. I normally stay between my station, is how my station is set up. I'm pretty much right between the chair and my station. That way I can just turn around and get in the guard, or turn around, swap my clippers. That way I'm not moving, and remember, time is money. So you never want to be just running around the chair and wasting time, because literally those little seconds that you're taking away from the cut can really add up pretty much. And you cut normally only takes 30 minutes, and if you're doing this all day with 5 clients, you could have easily probably fit 2 more clients in doing that. So always move your chair when you're cutting. Don't run around the chair. Find one comfortable spot. If you have a floor mat, I always recommend, just because barbers are back and all that stuff, get to hurting and stuff like that. So get you a mat and stand on that, and stand in one spot the whole time. And so right here, you guys see me kind of lift up that lever a little bit, probably about midway. And then we're gonna go. It's the same thing. We created the line with the half. So pretty much that's the clipper all the way open. I call that a half, just how my clippers are set. And then we're gonna go just a little underneath that. And it's always important too, because you want to look at where you want to focus on the cutting blade. So the cutting blade, of course, is not all the way up at the top. It's not all the way closed. So pretty much focus on where the cutting blade is at all times, and that's actually really how you create a great tight, nice and tight fade, by focusing on what is actually getting cut. So we can even, sometimes what I do to myself, just to kind of like help myself out, is when it's like midway pretty much, I would just make sure that my steel blade is going to that line, but I know for a fact that my cutting blade is just a little underneath my steel blade. So that's how I know right then and there. And then it's simply the same thing like I just said, we just moving all the way down. So we close our clipper all the way up and steady moving down. So we started here with the half, with the clipper all the way open, and then we started here halfway, and then we ended up with the clipper all the way closed at the bottom, and then we're gonna end up auditing the rest of everything else out. You will see me doing this a lot of times, where I kind of like just leave the access at the bottom and just focus on just the fade, because honestly for me it's better for my eyes. Sometimes you have to trick your eyes if when you're fading, because sometimes fading can be chaotic sometimes. And I know some people might think it clears it out and it's easier for them, but for me, I just like to literally focus and zoom in on what I need to exactly zoom in. So me seeing that the hair at the bottom and stuff like that is still not cut, that just shows that, okay, well, I don't need to focus on that, you know what I'm saying? So it just helps me zoom in pretty much with my eyesight. So that's why I leave it like that, because it's just better for me. Focus on the cut, because I'm gonna do some cleaning up at the end anyway. So better off to just focus on getting the fade in and within probably 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then focus on the cleanup afterwards. See, I have the clipper upside down. Gives it a very clean shave when you do it that way. And of course, I'm gonna turn the clipper back around. I actually did switch clippers because I have 2 different sets of clippers. So one is pretty much like that one that you're seeing right there is more so for my boat when I'm chopping off a lot of it at a time. Those Andes, well, and it's really just the way I have it set. The Andes T outliners, those are set more for just speck hairs and just kind of like just line and edging up more so. So that's why I will grab my Babyliss, what are those called? Babyliss, my Babyliss graphite blade Babyliss trimmers. Alright, so now right here we put our one blade on and we got that clipper all the way closed. And we're just gonna attack that line that we see right there that we created with our half. And now mind you, that is not gonna completely get it all the way out, but it's gonna lighten it up just a bit. So that's all we're doing pretty much, is coming right underneath that 1.5 line that we made. It's barely a line, but you see it right there, pretty much at the top of his head. So we're going pretty much right in between there, right underneath that, and in between where we made our half line. When it comes to fading, you want to always flick out. Cut, comb, cut, comb, cut, comb. And right now we got our half guard on. And I want to say the blade is adjusted halfway. And now, like I said, we lighten that line all the way up again. So what's actually going to be able to take that line out is with the half guard on and the clipper all the way closed, because that's pretty much going to be equivalent to no guard all the way open with the way my clippers are adjusted. So I go all the way around with the clipper halfway open, halfway closed. And then I'm gonna come back with the clipper all the way closed. So you see right there, I just changed it all the way closed, and I'm coming all the way out to completely take that line all the way out. We grab our 2 guard, and we got that blade all the way open, kind of like just feathering out some more of on that top part. I'm gonna close it all the way up and attack that area some more just to lighten it all up. Give it a real nice transition from the top part to the bottom of the fade. You see I'm turning my clipper because I'm cutting against the grain now. And I got my one guard on again, and I have that all the way open this time. Making sure that line come on out. Sometimes you just gotta work that clipper, man, and flick, and it eventually come on out. Alright, everybody, that's the final product. I edge them up real nice and clean. And that's pretty much it, man. I thank y'all for tuning on in. Thank you for watching. There's going to be more to come, so make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you think about this fade, man. Comment and let me know if you like it. Tell me if you don't like it, because it all helps. I promise you. Comment and tell me if you have any tips that can help me. Feel free to ask any questions. I will come back and do like any like a Q&A if I have enough questions, and I'll come back and just ask all of them. Yeah, so that's it, man. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you tag that bell just to make sure whenever I drop, you'll be the first one to be notified. All right, man. Peace.